Do you know the answer? Today's quiz is packed with fascinating facts from history, science, geography, literature, and art. Do you know what profession the creator of Sherlock Holmes had before becoming a famous writer? Which legendary painter worked for an art dealer and later became a missionary? In which country is asado considered a national dish? And which origami figure became a worldwide symbol of peace and hope? You'll face 20 fun and challenging questions covering a wide range of topics, from ancient wonders and famous philosophers to Renaissance cities, great artists, and surprising scientific facts. Be sure to stay until the very end for the bonus question. And don't forget to tell us in the comments, how many did you get right? Ready? Let's begin! Here's your first question. What was the profession of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes? Was it a lawyer, a journalist, a mathematician, or a doctor? The correct answer is a doctor. Before becoming one of the world's most famous authors, Arthur Conan Doyle worked as a physician. Many historians believe his medical training, and one brilliant professor in particular, inspired Sherlock Holmes' famous powers of observation and deduction. Let's move on to question 2. In which country is the city of Florence located? Was it Spain, Italy, France, or Portugal? The correct answer is Italy. Florence is widely considered the birthplace of the Renaissance. Artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci worked there, helping transform European art, science, and culture forever. Ready for another one? What is the art of burning designs into wood called? Is it decoupage, engraving, pyrography, or inlay? The correct answer is pyrography. The word comes from Greek and literally means writing with fire. Skilled artists use heated tools to create incredibly detailed portraits, landscapes, and decorative designs on wood. Here's a tricky one. Which scale is commonly used to measure the intensity of tornadoes? Is it the Richter scale, the Beaufort scale, the Mohs scale, or the Fujita scale? The correct answer is the Fujita scale. Unlike earthquake scales, the Fujita scale rates tornadoes by the damage they leave behind. Today, an updated version called the enhanced Fujita scale is used. The strongest tornadoes can produce winds exceeding 200 miles per hour. Now for question 5. Who wrote the famous novel Theatre? Was it William Somerset Maugham, John Fowles, Eric Maria Remarque, or Charles Dickens? The correct answer is William Somerset Maugham. Published in 1937, Theatre follows the life of a celebrated stage actress named Julia Lambert. It remains one of Maugham's best-known novels and is still widely read nearly a century later. Let's keep going with question 6. In a fraction, what is the number below the line called? Is it a quotient, a factor, a denominator, or a numerator? The correct answer is the denominator. The denominator tells you how many equal parts the whole has been divided into. The numerator, on the other hand, tells you how many of those parts you're talking about. Here's another one. Which origami figure is considered a symbol of peace in Japanese culture? Is it a dragon, a tulip, a crane, or a butterfly? The correct answer is the crane. The paper crane became an international symbol of peace after the story of Sadako Sasaki, a young girl who folded hundreds of cranes while recovering from the Hiroshima atomic bombing. Today, millions of paper cranes are folded around the world each year. Think carefully about this one. On which island was the Lighthouse of Alexandria located? Was it Pharos, Rhodes, Crete, or Cyprus? The correct answer is Pharos. The lighthouse gave its island's name lasting fame. In fact, the word Pharos became the word for lighthouse in several languages, and remains one of the most influential landmarks of the ancient world. Halfway there. In which country is asado considered a national dish? Is it Brazil, Argentina, Portugal, or Mexico? The correct answer is Argentina. An Argentine asado is much more than a barbecue. It's a social tradition. Families and friends often spend hours cooking meat over wood or charcoal while enjoying a long meal together. Here's question 10. Which famous painter once worked for an art dealer and later served as a missionary? Was it Claude Monet, Vincent van Gogh, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, or Albert Bierstadt? The correct answer is Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh didn't seriously begin painting until he was about 27 years old. Despite creating more than 2,000 works, he sold very few during his lifetime before becoming one of history's most celebrated artists. Let's see how you're doing with question 11. What was the name of the supercontinent that once included almost all of Earth's landmass? Was it Gondwana, Panthalassa, Rodinia, or Pangaea? The correct answer is Pangaea. Around 300 million years ago, nearly all of Earth's continents were joined together as one giant landmass called Pangaea. Over millions of years, tectonic plates slowly pulled it apart, creating the continents we know today. Here's another challenge. Which philosopher famously wrote the phrase that we now know as "you are what you eat"? Was it Karl Marx, Arthur Schopenhauer, Friedrich Nietzsche, or Ludwig Feuerbach? The correct answer is Ludwig Feuerbach. In his original German, Feuerbach wrote "Man is what he eats" in 1863. Today, the idea lives on in the more familiar phrase "you are what you eat," highlighting the connection between diet and both physical and mental well-being. Now let's test your geography knowledge. In which region of the world is Sri Lanka located? Is it Southeast Asia, East Asia, South Asia, or Central Asia? The correct answer is South Asia. Sri Lanka is an island nation in the Indian Ocean, just southeast of India. Despite its relatively small size, it has 8 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and a history stretching back more than 2,500 years. This next one surprises a lot of people. What is the scientific study of butterflies called? Is it acarology, lepidopterology, myrmecology, or ornithology? The correct answer is lepidopterology. Butterflies and moths both belong to the insect order Lepidoptera, which includes more than 160,000 known species. Scientists who study them are called lepidopterists. Only a few more to go. Here's question 15. Which of these is a common commercial name for solid fuel tablets used by campers? Is it hexamine tablets, liquid smoke, white charcoal, or dry ice? The correct answer is hexamine tablets. Often sold under brand names like Esbit, these compact fuel tablets are lightweight, easy to carry, and burn with a steady flame, making them popular for camping, hiking, and emergency kits. Let's keep the momentum going with question 16. Who composed the famous suite Music for the Royal Fireworks? Was it Antonio Vivaldi, Jacques Offenbach, George Frederick Handel, or Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart? The correct answer is George Friedrich Handel. Handel composed the piece in 1749 to celebrate the end of the War of the Austrian Succession. Its premiere in London featured a spectacular fireworks display and attracted a crowd of more than 10,000 people. Ready for another one? Which peninsula was one of the main centers of the Maya civilization? Was it the Italian peninsula, the Yucatan Peninsula, the Labrador Peninsula, or the Florida Peninsula? The correct answer is the Yucatan Peninsula. The Yucatan was home to many of the Maya civilization's greatest cities, including Chichen Itza. Some of its impressive pyramids and temples still stand more than 1,000 years later. Here's a science question. Which of these metals belongs to the platinum group? Is it zirconium, nickel, osmium, or titanium? The correct answer is osmium. Osmium is one of the densest, naturally occurring elements on Earth. A block of osmium the size of a sugar cube would weigh about twice as much as a similar-sized block of lead. This next one is a classic. Which ancient wonder was famous for its massive bronze statue? Was it the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Temple of Artemis, or the Colossus of Rhodes? The correct answer is the Colossus of Rhodes. Standing more than 30 meters, or about 100 feet tall, the Colossus was one of the tallest statues of the ancient world. Although it survived for only a few decades before an earthquake destroyed it, its fame has lasted for more than 2,000 years. And here's your final question. The period known as the Golden Age of England is associated with which monarch? Was it Elizabeth I, Richard the Lionheart, Queen Victoria, or Henry VIII? The correct answer is Elizabeth I. Elizabeth I ruled England for 45 years during a remarkable period of exploration, prosperity, and culture. It was the age of William Shakespeare and the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. And now, the bonus question. Which legendary Greek hero had a heel as his only vulnerable spot? Was it Odysseus, Achilles, Hector, or Paris? How many did you get right today? Write your score and your answer to the bonus question in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next quiz. Stay curious and have a great day. See you in the next quiz!